All right. Good morning and welcome to In Search of Prosperity Sisterhood. I'm so glad you ladies are here. We've got a few live, and some of us even have our cameras turned on. We usually sometimes don't do that until we go into discussion, so it's kind of fun to see those shining faces. Good morning. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and to each their own. I was led to believe growing up. Mary says hi, by the way. She learned hi and bye this weekend very clearly. I was led to believe that I was very Irish, and turns out I'm not very Irish at all. Just enough to say I have some in me. But growing up, like my grandma was just crazy about being Irish, and it just turned into not much really. Like, it didn't go forward in the generations, but that idea of luck and abundance, and a lot of times, in at least in my family, it was associated maybe with money or a new job or whatever those things are that we do going through our life or achieve or bring about. And so looking at it now, and the idea of abundance has become just that much more for me. And so I look at this idea of abundance, knowing that abundance is not luck. Abundance is a mindset that manifests cool things like luck. Okay. But abundance is not luck. It does not equate luck, or luck does not create abundance. I can be challenged on this, so feel free to challenge me. But if you're being intentional with your words and your actions and your environment, when you're being intentional, how does that become luck? What does luck look like when you're being intentional? Now, when I made these notes, I thought, really luck is someone else's perspective, right? It may be your perspective on somebody else, but when you look at your life, I would challenge you not to see it as luck, right? But then I say that out loud and I think, well, sometimes luck is a cool thing and we can accept it or own it. And so I just go back and forth on abundance being that mindset. Mary, is it really that hard? Is it hard being so little? It's hard being little. It really is. So I've thought about abundance a lot lately. And actually, in a Bible study group that I'm in, just this last week, we talked about focusing on abundance versus lack. And what the differences are in our own life. And the idea of focusing on abundance, then all of that lack, all of that comparison, all of those other things don't matter. They're no longer a thing because you're focused on that abundance. And then luck comes your way. And if we go back to last week and the idea of expected results, where does luck fit into that? Where does abundance and that mindset fit into that? She thinks this keyboard needs to be with her all the time. So this morning, going into this meeting, knowing that I would have Mary with me, had hoped that it would be nap time, but it was very clear that it was not nap time. then it becomes, oh, uh-oh. When we're looking at abundance or needing abundance in a situation, it's a choice. And yes, I get to have Mary here with me this morning with you ladies. But the abundance mindset tells me, okay, so now instead of using an hour of her nap time with you ladies, I get to use a couple hours of nap time doing something else instead of having a half an hour, 45 minutes of remaining nap time. So that just that mindset and forward thinking of abundance makes me think about that idea of like, how lucky am I? Right? Like viewing it in that fashion and choosing that mantra instead of focusing on the lack, instead of focusing on the comparison. Someone is sleepy. I thought of a couple book recommendations this morning. And that is The Four Agreements and Beach Money. Sarah says, this is happening for me. If you want to share a little bit more in the chat, you can. What's happening for you, Sarah? Yes. For me versus to me. Yes, this is happening for me. Yes. Just switching one word. Use it a couple different letters. I'm curious on that thought of abundance as a mindset. Like what can it be for you? Abundance to me is contentment, being intentional with my words, and the actions that I follow them with. Abundance is gratitude versus comparison. And I just wonder, sometimes, so in this group, we talk about loving things for others, right? Or with them as they share things with their journey. And so if I go with this idea of luck being something that we perceive, usually, I just feel like it's outside of my situation, right? So I perceive something as luck. And so I wonder if we can change that to better our relationships or correct ourselves. And I say this to challenge myself as well. And that idea of, instead of, oh, you're so lucky, it's, I love that for you. Tell me more. Because even as I say, oh, you're so lucky, don't stop there, right? Or stop yourself there and change that to tell me more. I love that for you. As I look at when you receive the words, you're so lucky, it's not always the best feeling. I feel maybe it would feel like you've been written off, right? Like, oh, Shayna's just a lucky person. Well, if you took a minute to know how I got there, or to that thing, or to that conclusion, or the whatever, right? You may not use the word luck. And so I just challenge you to learn more, be curious, share your abundance mindset with others. Because I feel like, even like in that conversation I just shared with you, like the word luck is almost limiting. It cuts you off. It doesn't allow you to see more. I think with that, we're going to go into our live discussion. And I hope you all could understand me and hear me. Mary thinks she needs to be involved in all of that. So with that, we're going to go into our live discussion. And I think I am going to stop our recording so we can really dive deep into this for us as our small group, and as we grow as a small group, both in number and individually. I'll share a comment here. Sarah shared, The Four Agreements was a life-altering book for me. Yes, it really made me like look at each individual agreement and how I applied it to my life. I agree, it was there. The other book, Beach Money, that I mentioned before I end our recording here, by Jordan Adler, he shares that you create your own luck by declaring that you are a lucky person. So I think it goes back to that challenge I have for us all. We can both internalize and externalize luck, but have it create curiosity with each other and in our relationships. Lacey says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Seneca. I love it. We'll close with that. We're going to go into our live discussion. Thank you for joining us, and I will catch you next time. All right. Oh, there it is. Got to find those buttons.